Ever crack a joke and it releases all the tension in the room?
Might lose his foot. Right when he got it in the door.
It's like magic. The worst days can be turned around with a laugh. The grumpiest person can light up through some humor. And the most serious business meetings can turn friendly through comedy.
Loves a good comeback story, right? Seabiscuit, the Mighty Ducks,
Robert Downey Jr., who
Rocky.
else? Yes.
Kim Kardashian.
Well,
In the video, she gets cum on her back, I think.
Comedy disarms people. But how? Comedy breaks down barriers. Humor can soften the rigidity when it comes to serious situations or difficult conversations.
But whatever you do, I have one rule. Don't look at my butthole.
When somebody laughs, it's often a signal of openness and a willingness to engage, making it easier to connect with others. Comedy is fundamentally vulnerable. It tries to relate to another person, an audience, or any listener. It reaches out. By laughing, you implicitly accept the attempt to reach out and accept the connection. You share an experience. It's universal. There's a meeting of the minds. It transcends language barriers and sometimes species as a fundamental form of communication.
People on TV who are clearly lying just to stay rich. You know, there was a dog food company last year, right, that had to recall a bunch of dog food because it had poison in it that was killing dogs. And the CEO made a statement like, "Oh, the poison? I didn't know about that. I know I'm the head of the company, but that info doesn't make it to me. It'll never happen again. CEO out." I'm sure what he wanted to say was, "Look, I knew about the poison, okay, guys, but have you ever been on a yacht?"
Comedy reduces tension. Jokes have a common structure of building up tension and releasing it. Sometimes a good punchline can trick people into releasing different kinds of tension. In tense social or uncomfortable situations, a well-timed joke can diffuse stress.
No, don't even go, that's what I knew she was gonna say. That's the face she has. And that's what you deal with.
Physiologically, laughter releases endorphins, the body's feel-good chemical, which helps relax the body and mind and make people feel more at ease. There's a therapeutic effect to comedy. Comedy relies on a common experience or truth, which can bring people together. When we laugh at the same joke, we recognize a shared perspective, and this fosters a sense of camaraderie. This is why it can be such a powerful tool in conflicts and negotiation. It establishes a common ground. Additionally, people who use humor are often perceived as more likable and approachable. This can have a disarming function to prevent hostility or skepticism, encouraging more open and positive interactions, and overall, helping people relate to one another. This approach can lead to increased empathy and understanding, as laughter often fosters a sense of community and shared experience.
I don't like when young women in their 20s are like, "Oh my God, I thought you were totally my age." That's not a compliment. I've been in my 20s. I don't want to look like I have 4 roommates and shitty towels, okay? I don't want to look like that.
Comedy can be a subtle way to challenge ideas and educate people without direct confrontation. In situations where people might feel fear or anger, humor can redirect focus. It shifts the emotional tone, allowing individuals to step back from their immediate reaction and consider things from a different angle. By making people laugh, comedians can address sensitive topics in a way that's less threatening, prompting reflection rather than a defensive posture.
Don't just beat up Rihanna. I'll be like, well, what did she do?
When comedians address serious issues through humor, it reduces tension often associated with these topics, allowing listeners to engage without feeling like they're being attacked.
We really need the law against murder. For one simple reason. The law against murder is the #1 thing preventing murder.
The playful context that emerges encourages deeper processing of the material presented, as audiences focus on the humor rather than formulating counterarguments or resisting the message itself. Once the laughter subsides, comedy often prompts reflection on the underlying truths presented.
Down how crazy that is. Like, people come up to me and they're like, "Hey, you travel a lot, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like, where should I go? I don't fucking know you, man.
Comedy can be a tool. Even at an early age, you might use humor to diffuse a confrontation with a bully or get yourself out of trouble with your parent. The best public speakers use jokes to disarm the audience and get them on their side to make them more amenable to the substance of their speech. Comedic satire can be used as social commentary to present absurdities of social issues in a more engaging and palatable way. More people need to understand the power of comedy to repair relationships, build new relationships, communicate your point of view, and as an educational tool.
In New York for a lot of my life, and in my neighborhood, everybody was gay. And you know, some guys are just a guy walking down the street, but some gay guys are a guy in little shorts and a half shirt and, you know, combat boots spray painted green, and a whistle, and he's standing on the corner going, "Hello, it's fucking hot outside." That's not a stereotype. Those guys fucking exist by the thousands.